Good morning, folks. It's 9:10 on Sunday morning. This is where we stayed last night in Lee Vining. It's Murphy's Motel. It's a nice place, actually, even though, looking at it, it's right next to the main road through town. But it's a nice place. Enjoyed it. There's an ice cream place right over the road, but I didn't get a chance to sample it. You may be able to see the bus stopping down there and Amelia getting on it. Just... As I said before, she is skipping this section. She's not feeling well at all. Her stomach really isn't good. She had a bit of a fever last night as well. I think basically she's just totally run down since the Sierras. She didn't. Her body needs longer to recover than most people because of the EDS, and I think basically she's just not had enough rest and she's been pushing herself too much. This section, even though it's not the High Sierra, there's actually a lot of elevation change on it. And there's like climbs every day. So basically, she's just decided, she's kind of resigned herself to the fact that she's happy with what she's done, and she should be proud of what she's done as well. And she's going to be finishing the trail around Lake Tahoe and then possibly rejoining me for summer all of Washington later on. But I actually really like this little town. It's just like a little town on the edge of Yosemite National Park. I'm just walking up. The buses don't start until about 2 days' time, unfortunately for me. So I'm just walking up towards the park, the road where you turn off to the park to try and hitch. We went here this morning for a coffee and a sandwich. These cool old motel signs, I love them. Or this Americana. But it's called the Latte Da Coffee Cafe. And it's also the El Mono Motel. Got these huge muffins inside. Big cookies. Freshly made sandwiches, which I've got one of in my pack that I'll be taking to the park with me. I've got about 4 days of food with me, and I've got about, I would say roughly speaking, 75 to 80 miles to do in about 4 days. I'm really hoping it's not going to be this hot up in the mountains because even though it's just after 9 a.m, it's pretty warm, to say the least. Got Buddy Mike's. That was really busy last night when we walked past it. Looked like kind of the place to eat in town. And then if you remember when we stopped on our Yosemite road trip, we went to Nicely's restaurant. That's this one here. Real sort of like what I would call like a 60s vibe inside. I really enjoyed it. Then you got this giant plastic bear. There's not a great deal of stores. There's a sporting goods store over there. Just wondering if I should maybe go and get some more mosquito repellent. Nah, I'll leave it. I'll chance it. It's rather loud motorbikes. And then this is a general store here. Went in last night just to top up my supplies. Very, very well stocked. And got beautiful, really nice, like freshly made wraps in there as well. They were huge. And then we kind of come into the end. It's only a small town. Coming to the end of it now. There's the Lakeview Lodge here, which is another motel. Rooms and cabins. And then you've got the Basin Cafe up there. And then just a little bit further on the direction I'm walking, there is a cannabis store, if you want some cannabis. I still can't get used to the fact that it's legal over here. I can't remember how far the walk is to this. There's like I think it's Tioga Road that goes off up to the park. It's a really long winding mountain road, and there's a big service station at the bottom of it. So I'll be stood somewhere near there with my thumb out. If you remember, I said that we'd picked up a couple of hitchhikers when we were driving through ourselves. They'd actually got a ride up to the park with the sheriff. They'd been stood hitching and the sheriff had stopped and picked them up, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I wish I could have stayed there another day. It was a really nice little place. Just kind of not too busy, but busy enough. Anyway, it's back to it for me. Time to try and get some miles done and get to Sonora Pass in 4 days. And then hitch a ride to Walker. That's where Amelia's going to be staying, in an Airbnb. And then hopefully from there carry on towards Lake Tahoe together. That is the plan. Well, it's now 10:10 and I've picked up the trail precisely where we left it off yesterday evening. I walked to the Tioga Road entrance, or the start of Tioga Road, should I say. Stuck my thumb out. The first car that came around the corner was a Subaru, and they pulled straight in for me. It was, weirdly enough, it's funny how things work out, it was a girl called Devon who lives in Mammoth, and she also hiked the trail in 2019, so we had a good laugh about that. But yeah, she's just dropped me off and now I'm on my way, starting again. So I bypassed the store, I walked along a road, and now I'm working along this dirt track. It's all been level so far. I've not come too far at all. I'm just got to thank Amelia because she's taken the bus up to Walker. She very kindly said, "Is there anything you want me to take for you?" So basically, because I'm only going to be out for a few days, I don't need all my power banks. So I've dumped one of my power banks with her, my wall charger, the hard disk drive that I bought in Mammoth. That was quite weighty. A pair of shorts and a t-shirt that I wouldn't be using. And my micro spikes, my snow micro spikes, which actually weigh quite a lot. So my pack, even though I've got a bit more food in, my pack's feeling pretty good, to be honest with you. So hopefully that's going to help me a little bit. It's really nice of her. I think that's Cathedral Peak in the distance there on the horizon. It looks really dry, just like we're back in the desert again. It's so hot as well. And a couple of other peaks in the distance. This is where the PCT diverts from kind of the main track. Starts heading off up this direction. It's so hot. It is literally like walking in the desert. You're walking on sand again here. It's crazy, but it's beautiful. Excuse me. So, as quite a few of you have probably seen from previous videos, when I'm hiking alone, I sometimes like to set myself a little challenge just to see if I can do it, just to see if I can kind of push myself to that. And I think it's probably a good time for another one. This one is going to be difficult, especially with me starting late today. It's like getting on for 10:30 a.m. now. But I've just been looking at the app, and Sonora Pass, where I've got to get off and hitch to Walker, is 73 miles away from where I am now. More importantly though, 73 miles includes almost 15,000 feet of ascent and 14,000 feet of descent. So we're talking almost 30,000 feet of elevation change in 73 miles. That's quite a lot of elevation change. It's Sunday now, and I think a good challenge would be to see if I can get to Sonora Pass for Tuesday evening. So that's going to involve me doing all that in 3 days pretty much. That'll be interesting, won't it? I've not done any 30-mile days yet. I've been close to some 30-mile days, but I've not done any yet. Let's see, shall we? I was just saying to these two guys I've just met here, they've been out for a 30-mile hike. They're just on the way back. Just saying to them, like, this place just keeps astounding you. You don't think it can get any better, and it just does. I just walked out of the trees. You're literally walking through what they call the green tunnel in the trees, and you come out to this view. It's like being on another world. It's just crazy. These huge, I don't know, you look at that and you just feel like sprinting up it and screaming at the same time. It's just crazy. I don't know, there's a lot of kind of new age things that I don't believe in, and I think are a bit like silly, for want of a better word. I don't want to offend anyone out there, but it's just not my beliefs. But some things, like just being out in nature like this, and like the power to kind of almost reinvigorate the soul. I know it sounds really stupid and corny, but I'm not joking. I can almost feel it now. Well, I can feel it. It's I can't put words to it, I'm sorry, but I'm sure some of you out there know what that feeling's like. Yeah, this place is just absolutely amazing, and I think I do spy. It's my Farpoint Alpha twin. I wonder how he's getting on. I'll go and say hello and see how he's getting on. That's crazy seeing him again. Well, I didn't expect to run into Tyler again. He's a really, really fast hiker, and I know that he's been off trail for a little while with a seriously beaten up ankle and foot. It looks like he's back at it quite well now. It's really nice. I was saying the other day, but I think I cut it out of the video. A lot of the people I remember from when I started are all kind of way ahead of me now, or off trail, and it's rare that I see a face that I kind of recognise from near the beginning of the trail, and it's nice just to see someone else, just like a friendly face, and touch base and just have a couple of minutes chit chat. He'd stopped in a beautiful, beautiful break spot there. I mean, this is, I put the camera away, and literally, I'm not even exaggerating, like 30 seconds later, I'm just opening it up again and getting it out again. This place is just magical. And it's not, the thing is, this trail that I'm on now, it's not even difficult walking. It's nearly all been, well, it has all been flat. There's been a couple of slight inclines, one river crossing that I could just walk straight across a log. It's Man, get out here. Get yourselves out here and experience it for yourselves. I'm just about to hit mile 953, and this last kind of, I guess maybe 4 or 5 mile segment has gone really quickly, because I bumped into another, what do I call him? I don't want to say influencer because I hate that word, but another guy that posts on Instagram. His channel is Manion's on the Move. He just does Instagram, as far as I'm aware. There's nice detailed posts on there of what his day's involved. He's moving pretty fast as well. He's doing really well. So I've been chatting with him as we walked. He got a nice pace. And it's just been nice to chat with someone. So yeah, we've just stopped to filter some water and look at this view we've come out into. Kind of been climbing up like a rocky hillside, mountainside, then coming through some forests, and then you come out into this beautiful view. I will just mention about the video editing software I've been using, just in case anyone does wonder about that. So before I left home, when I was at home, I was using a program called Movavi, and that was on my desktop PC at home. And I was paying for the sort of like pro version, so you could use all the effects and transitions and things like that. And it was pretty good, I've got to admit. No real complaints about it. And when I decided I was going to be doing this from the trail, I kind of wanted a dedicated mobile editing app. So I went with Filmora. I think it was Filmora Go, it's called. And I was actually really pleased with that, until it messed up on me in Mammoth because of the update. I believe it's been fixed now. But the one thing that annoyed me with it was I could sit and edit videos on a night in a tent, but if I wanted to add any transitions or effects or anything like that, it needed cell service and data, so it needed an internet connection. And it was really annoying. When that one messed up in Mammoth, I switched to one called VN, just the two letters, VN. It got really good reviews. And it's just taken me a little while to get to grips with it. I think I'm getting there. But the really good thing is that it doesn't need the internet connection for adding transitions and things. Also, it imports the video clips. Like, there's no comparison. Filmora would take 5 minutes to import all the video clips I was putting into it. This one, it's literally less than like 30 seconds. It's about the same time frame for exporting the video at the end. When you've edited it all, you have to export it as an MP4 file. I think it's MP4. I can't remember. So you can upload it to YouTube. But yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's also, when you get used to it, it's also pretty easy and pretty intuitive to edit videos. I don't do any like really heavy edits. I don't think I've used any filters, maybe a couple of times. And maybe a couple of times I've adjusted the colours slightly, but apart from that, I generally just import the videos, trim the segments, put the transitions in, and that is it, done and dusted. I'm at 957.4, and I've just taken my first dunking. My foot kind of went, and I went in kind of sideways, about just above my waist. Basically, the bottom right hand part of my backpack has been dunked, and a little bit of my fanny pack as well, with my camera gear in, but I've just checked it's all dry. It's fine. It was funnier than anything else. If somebody had been there watching, they'd have been laughing their heads off. There was nothing life-threatening about it or dangerous or anything like that. It was just one of those comedy moments. Look at this idiot kind of thing. Well, I don't quite believe this. I've just arrived at Miller Lake, which is the lake I was telling you about that was supposed to be rather splendiferous, and there's not a soul here. There's nobody. I don't really get that. It's a beautiful location. What's the problem? What's the deal? Yeah, very strange. Maybe somebody round the corner, perhaps. Nope. Well, I'll give it the 1 minute test. I'm going to stand still for 1 minute, and if I'm not swamped by mosquitoes, I'll probably hang around for a little bit, because this is very tranquil. Can you hear? Just see if you can hear that. There's just nothing but like the waves lapping up against this log. Oh, bliss. And at the moment, nothing's come to get me, so I think it's time to take the pack off for a little while. All right, unfortunately, the mosquitoes have found me, and there is a lot of them. But I've just noticed these things on this tree trunk that I was sitting on, and I have no idea what they are, but there's like loads of them. If you can see them kind of down here, maybe. And then, I mean, there's not just these few, they're all up and down the tree trunk everywhere. Loads of them. Oh man, I'm getting absolutely swarmed. It's time to leave. Alright, well I definitely need to change my 1 minute test to, what size is this thing? About a 2 minute test. Quite literally, as soon as I'd taken my bag off, opened my pack up to get the bear can out for some food, got sat on that tree trunk where all those crazy looking creatures were. Still don't know what they were. I got absolutely swarmed by mosquitoes. Definitely the worst so far on trail. There must have been a couple of hundred round me. It was not nice. Managed to get some spray on my legs, but as I've said before, they bite straight through this top, and I could just feel them. I knew they were all over my back and my lower back as well. This is a huge open area for tenting. There's loads of pre-used sites around here, and there's just 2 tents. I've just seen one a little ways back as well, the ever popular duplex. I think it's just odd because I've been in Yosemite and used to seeing so many people, and I've literally, the duplex I mentioned, that was the first person PCT tent that I'd seen since I stopped hiking with Mike this morning, Manion's on the Move. Or this lunchtime, should I say, some around midday, early afternoon. I've not seen a soul. And it was just so strange because of all the people that I saw coming, when I was heading into this section. Been real peaceful, but there are, you could literally fit an army here. There's just tent spots everywhere. It's a real nice area as well. Nice in the trees. There's a bit of breeze coming through. There's a river. Oh wow, there's some big granite walls to the left of us. And there's a river down there as well, so you've got a water source. Yeah, a top place to camp. I'm still sort of fixated on my hope of Benson Pass. I don't know how realistic it's going to be. I think I may be around 4 miles away, and it's going to be about 1,700 feet ascent. So I've still got a lot of work to do today. I was just trying to kind of figure out my game plan for tomorrow in my mind. Tomorrow, I know I've set this challenge for myself. What I don't want is to be arriving at Sonora Pass like early evening when it's getting dark. I really wouldn't like to be hitching in the dark, especially not on what I understand is quite a busy road. So I kind of think that if I get up early tomorrow morning, look at this scenery. Sorry to interrupt myself, Paul. If I get up early tomorrow morning, like set my alarm for like 4:30 or something, get away from camp by like 6, that seems to be what it takes me after I've had coffee and food and packed up and everything. I'm quite a slow starter on the morning. If I can get away from camp by 6 and just absolutely hammer out as much as I can tomorrow, it'd be awesome to be able to do a 30 tomorrow, but just don't know. Yeah, if I can do that and just leave myself anything less than 25 miles to do on Tuesday, do the same on Tuesday, have an early start, and hopefully I'd kind of make it by late afternoon to Sonora Pass. That's the plan in my mind anyway. As we all know, things change. As you can probably tell, the light's starting to fade down here in the canyon of the valley. I believe I'm about a mile from the summit of the pass, roughly 600 or 700 feet elevation gain to do. Just past a tent site next to the river back there, and there must have been like probably 5 or 6 tents there, and it's literally right next to a marsh, and there's just skeeters everywhere. They're even still following me now. I can hear them. Just knocked one off my wrist. There was no way I was going to stay there. So I'm kind of hoping there's going to be somewhere up on the ridge on top of the pass where I can put a tent, and there's going to be some breeze, a little bit of wind that might just help with the bugs a bit. I guess I'll find out soon enough, won't I? Hopefully. My legs are about jellified for the day though, I think. Be interesting to have a little toss up of the stats tonight in the tent, I think, and see what I've done today. Sorry. As you can tell, that's done me in. It's 7:05, and this is Benson Pass. So, well done. We did make it. Now, I passed 2 beautiful tent sites about half a mile back, and I was tempted by one of them. But I did see somebody had said, if you walk up, when you get to the top of the pass, if you walk up to your left, there's a couple of real nice tent sites. So, oh man, that's a pretty awesome view, isn't it? Wow, that's really cool. I'll just walk to the edge, have a look, and then I'm just going to check up to this side here and see if those tent sites are up there. I don't think I can go much further tonight, and to be honest, I really don't want to drop down much more after I've just carried 2 litres of water up that climb. The last 0.7 miles was about 500 feet up, and it was pretty steep in places. Sorry for the breathing and the slurred speech. Oh, that's beautiful. It's just this time of night, it's just magical. There's something about it. Nice. Yeah, see, if I drop down, I'm going to be dropping down into that canyon. I mean, I can see there's a few ridges a little further on, but I don't know if I'll be dropping up onto them or not. So I'm going to have a look around up here and see if there's somewhere that's been used before up here. Well, welcome to mile 967.6, which is the top of Benson Pass I've managed to find somewhere to pitch the tent, but it's a really, really bad pitch. I mean, it's a beautiful tent site, but I've pitched the tent really, really badly. As soon as I started, I just started getting like swamped by mosquitoes. I'll show you the mosquito netting on the side of the tent in a minute. But basically, today I've done 24.7 miles. And I've done about 5,500 feet of elevation gain, and about I think it's somewhere around 4,000 of elevation loss. So I've got a nice chunk of it done today. I am 50.5 miles away now from Sonora Pass, with about 10,000 feet of elevation gain left to do. So yeah, the plan still stands. I'm gonna try and get to sleep tonight. I've got a video to edit in the tent. Just look at this. It's ridiculous. I don't know if you'll be able to make out the mosquitoes on the netting. I hope you can, but I can count there must be about 40 or 50 of them on that mosquito netting on the door there.